The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Books, beauty products, science, fashion, and glam talk. From Bollywood to Hollywood, it's Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on W4WN Radio, the Women for Women Network. And here's your host, international speaker, educator, award-winning entrepreneur, and best-selling author, Dr. Afshan N. Hashmi.
Hello, viewers around the globe, live from Louisiana, state of W4WN Radio and Talk 4 TV. This is Dr. Afshan Hashmi and live in the show, and I am your loving host, best-selling author, radio and TV personality. Today I have a very unique story to break, that how to get COVID-19 vaccine as soon as possible. And I did some investigative research on that, and I will bring that to you in a little bit. But before going there, I want to remind you that have you bought these two books here? That this one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, a science fiction story. And this one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And these two books are available on Amazon as well as wherever books are sold. And my website is www.afshanhashmi.com. And I have narrated audiobooks of this. So if you have those kind of needs, then just let me know. And if you have just see what services I offer, and then you can go there and see what I have to offer. And before going on the break, I want to show you a very, very unique movie and about FDA, and one movie I have which I filmed at there is a FDA courtesy of Food and Drug Administration's website. I took that YouTube video, and the other one is the story which I have added to on live from the golf course. So just see that and enjoy it, and then we will go on a break, and then I will come back and talk about it.
Rojo, Associate Commissioner for Minority Health. Here at FDA, we are committed to bringing safe and effective medical products to the market to prevent and treat COVID-19. Diverse researchers and scientists that look like you have worked hard to develop vaccines to help protect our communities. Thousands of diverse volunteers have participated in COVID-19 vaccine trials to ensure we have data on all types of people, representing different races, ethnicities, genders, and ages, to know if any group responds differently to the vaccines. Our dedicated scientists and researchers are working around the clock to review the clinical trial data and ensure the vaccines meet FDA's high standards for safety and effectiveness and work for everyone. You can rest assured that we will not sacrifice our standards of quality, safety, and effectiveness. We are committed to advancing health equity and encourage you to get vaccinated as soon as a vaccine is made available to you, to protect yourself, your family, and your community. When everyone gets vaccinated, we can get back to spending time with our loved ones and doing the things we enjoy.
Golf course in Maryland, and here I have come here because in coronavirus everybody is at home and everybody is depressed. So I thought, why not go in a sun and make this movie and tell you a little bit about what is going on with coronavirus vaccine. I'm a FDA Regulatory Affairs Specialist, RAC, and I thought I'll go to the FDA website and make a movie about it. And here it is, Coronavirus Disease 2019, COVID-19, April 13, 2021. Out of an abundance of caution, the FDA and CDC recommend a pause in the use of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine while we review data from 6 reported cases in the US of a rare and severe type of blood clot in people who received the vaccine. Well, there is a lot going on vaccine, and I did some research on it. My hubby, who works in a medical facility, got the vaccine, but I haven't got the vaccine. The other day I talked to my doctor, and she said that the vaccine has been rationed in the insurance company where I work. So I'm thinking outside the box. I'm thinking like what I should do to get a vaccine. I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that she has driven miles, 1.5 miles before getting she went with her hubby and she got the vaccine. Well, I don't have those kind of resources to go around and just look for the vaccine. My doctor told me that you can call certain hospitals and see if the vaccine is available. Well, my question is that to the US government and to the President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, that when will we get the vaccine? Will we get the vaccine soon, or will we will never get the vaccine? The Johnson & Johnson vaccine, I was one of the first person who broke the news in the media that it has safety and efficacy problem, this vaccine has. But nobody listened to me, and the vaccine was released. Now I want to ask the same question, like I want to have Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. When will I get vaccine? Because I just can't sit at home. I'm a media person, I'm an author. I just can't sit at home and feel depressed. So having said that, friends, now I want to read, because when you go to these websites, they only have frequently answered questions. They don't have what the everyday American is feeling about the vaccine. Having said that,
would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Chapter 2, How Jugaad Leads to Multi-Sector Success Stories in India, including definitions of the Jugaad Management Principle business model. Of the book, The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. Inspiration. True Jugaad is an inspiration on how to create products using technology that meet the price-value equation. According to a Harvard Business Review article featuring expert Prahlad and Mashelkar, most innovation programs are built on the assumptions of affluence and abundance. We see the rich and the young in both the developed and the developing countries demanding environmental friendly products and services. They also believe that affordability and sustainability are crucial to driving successful business today. New technologies and radical business models are important not only to penetrate mass markets in India but in the entire world. By reconfiguring all areas of the business structure, they will pull.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. OMG, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of A Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now! The world is depending on you.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
So, friends, this is the news which I wanted to share with you. And this is the paper which says from the Hill that FDA orders troubled Baltimore J&J contractor to pause manufacturing. And it's a very good news. If the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is not helping people, then, FDA took the right action to see what is going on. Emergency use authorization, I have read about it. I'm a regulatory affairs specialist. I know the subject very well. Although FDA never hired me, but it's very difficult exam, regulatory affairs certified. So I qualified that exam, and it says that when you qualify that exam, you have 5 years of experience as an FDA regulatory affairs specialist. In spite of qualifying in that exam and passing it with flying colors, I still, FDA doesn't feel like that they can hire me. But here is a show specially dedicated to FDA regulatory affairs today. And friends, here I said, I will read little bit from this paper, and it says federal regulators ordered the embattled Emergent Biosolutions plant in Baltimore to stop producing new Johnson & Johnson vaccine material pending a completed inspection, the company said Monday. In a regulatory filing with the Securities and Exchanges Commission released Monday, Emergent said it agreed not to initiate the manufacturing of any new material for Johnson & Johnson's vaccine and to quarantine existing material until the Food and Drug Administration FDA finishes its inspection. And I really want to say a big thumbs up to FDA for taking this, taking on to Johnson & Johnson for their vaccine. And friends, now I want to come up with another thing. I recently got Moderna vaccine after I just got it yesterday, and it's a very, very interesting news which I want to break on that how I got that vaccine and how I came on the priority list. So after the break, please tune in for more information, and please don't go anywhere.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. Oh my God, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now. The world is depending on you.
The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, Chapter 1, 1964 to 2018, and this is the sample track, and it is read by Dr. Afshan Hashmi. In a sprawling bungalow in Potomac, Maryland, USA, lived Dr. Honey Singh, a board-certified internal medicine and family practice physician, along with his beautiful wife, Baby Singh. Baby Singh was a fashionista and was funding women's causes through her Honey Babe Foundation. She had a ladies' book club by the name of Baby's Glam and Glitzy Club, which had many glam and glitzy ladies who were professionals living in Washington, D.C., Potomac, Maryland, Virginia, and even Beverly Hills, California, as well as elites from all of America meeting at her place on the last Wednesday of every month, discussing various aspects of charities they wanted her and Dr. Honey to fund. In this club, there was a wide spectrum of career women. There were doctors, lawyers, actresses, business owners, and models, to name a few. In these book club meetings, members would come prepared after reading a book of a famous woman author, and that author was even invited from any part of the world to give her presentation, followed by a Q&A in this prestigious and elite gathering.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
So this is a paper which I got, and it is from Baltimore Sun Media of March 31st, 2021. I was looking for a vaccine, that how to get a vaccine. So people were telling me that you go to Walgreens or CVS. I called my primary physician, and she said go to like MedStar hospitals or go to CVS and register there and keep on calling there, because in my insurance company it was marginalized. That's what like my doctor said. So I went to CVS, and there one of the CVS near my house, and the pharmacist didn't even acknowledge me. He said, like, just go, we don't have any vaccines, COVID-19 vaccine, just go to cvs.com. I called the manager there, and the manager did not come. For like, I was waiting, nobody turned up. Then I went and I drew to Walgreens. There the lady came, and she said, like, go to walgreens.com and register there. But I said, no, I am a media person and I want the vaccine. So she brought a list, and in that list there were 200 people above me, and she wrote my name. At least she gave me that respect, that she wrote my name there, because even if I go to walgreens.com, what will come out of it? Then I went to MedStar Montgomery Hospital, and there the guard, where I went to the reception, the guard had no information that where COVID-19 vaccine will be given. And then from there, after a lot of deliberations, he didn't even know what is the 800 number. So what kind of people are you putting there on your reception who don't have any information? And then finally another receptionist came, and she gave me an 800 number. And that 800 number, when I called, it was from Montgomery County Health Department, and I left the message there. And after some time, a nurse called me, and she said, just register on their website, and when your number will come, then you will get the vaccine. Now see how process it is. Like, people are getting vaccines left and right, and I want to address this, and I want to bring this to the notice of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, that although you have made the law that anybody above 16 will get the vaccine, but here in Montgomery County, I am living here and I have experienced all this. So I want to break this news to the media, that how difficult it is to get the vaccine. So to make the story short, that evening I visited some of my friends, and while we were discussing, they told me that there is a lady, if you send her an email, she will immediately schedule you for the vaccine. So I came back, and I looked, and she gave me an address, a email address, and that email address is mdvaccine2021@gmail.com. I still cannot comprehend that even there is a priority list in Montgomery County to get anybody above 16 can get the vaccine. But still I cannot comprehend that how priority is. Say, I went to Walgreens, I went to CVS, I went to Montgomery County Health Department, and nothing was happening. And accidentally I got this email, and I sent her this email. And this is the her name is Elizabeth Miller. And what happened was that I got this email back, and it says, here it is, and it says, We are a small group of equity focused volunteers working to help book COVID-19 vaccination appointments for individuals from underserved and marginalized communities in the state of Maryland. We are not medical professionals and do not have advanced access to vaccines. Appointments are booked at publicly accessible vaccination providers where availability is limited. We will respond to you as soon as we are able, but in the meantime, please review our resource links available at https://link tr.ee/Maryland Equity Vax Hunters. The vaccine is currently available in Maryland to all individuals 16 or over. As I am just a volunteer who also works, we are only able to book vaccine for those who live or work in Maryland. Please see bottom of emails for help in DC or VA. And this was the form which was sent to me, which had all the information I had to fill. At this Please check your email and text messages regularly after sending us your information. You will likely receive confirmation from the pharmacy before we are able to write you to make sure you saw the appointment. At this time, we do not book second dose appointments. If you would like to schedule a second dose appointment for yourself, the following places have second dose appointments: CVS, Harris Teeter, Walgreens. Second doses only become available 1 or 2 days before or the day of your scheduled second vaccination date. If possible, please try to attend second dose appointment because it makes it very difficult for others to get a vaccine if you do not get your second dose at the original location due to multiple reasons, and should be only done in extreme circumstances. If you need assistance in DC, please go to, and there was a Facebook thing here, and then it was Elizabeth Maryland Equity Vaccine Hunters. And when I went to this website, it was on Facebook, this website. Now I went through and did a thorough search, and I got this paper of Baltimore Sun. If I don't do it, who's going to help them? Maryland group workers to ensure equity in COVID vaccine access. So before going there, I want to see what the response was from her. She said, like, just go and record it on your website, and she was beating behind the bush. So I said, hello Elizabeth, I'm also a minority person, because she said these are only for underserved and minority people. And I said, hello Elizabeth, I'm also a minority person. I know you have booked many people who are not marginalized or underserved. I am a media person who on daily basis meets people. So if you can help me, then please let me know. The websites you have given me are useless for me. I have been trying to get a vaccine for a very long time. You have been giving vaccines to many who are healthy. And I know she has been given vaccines not to underserved or marginalized people. What is going on in Montgomery County? I want to bring this to the notice of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, that what is going on in this democratic because this is a democratic county and many people are Democrats here, but I don't want to get into that who's Democrat and who's Republican. I am an American citizen, and I'm raising this question because I am an American citizen. So now I want to make this email. I mean, just imagine an email: mdvaccine2021@gmail.com. Who would think that that behind the scene this all is going on in Montgomery County? And this is the Baltimore Sun, and the group which is doing this. So just see, like, I don't know whether it is the same group or what it is. So if you have got a grant to serve marginalized and underserved people, then serve them, not give vaccines to people who are healthy. Like, I have a medical condition where I need a vaccine. So let's see how many can so I went and I registered. When I told her her this. She booked me in a Giant, and I went there and I took the vaccine there, and I have a photograph of it which I will show you also after the break, that I have taken the Moderna vaccine. So please, like this is America. This is equal opportunity for everyone. It is not just that you go around the bush and you get like a private email to get the vaccine. So this is the news I wanted to share on my channel, on this show, so that everybody is benefited from this. If I can get a vaccine this way, I feel like all Montgomery County people should get this vaccine, or wherever this program is going on. Having said that, friends, now I will go on a break and will be back soon.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Chapter 2: How Jugaad leads to multi-sector success stories in India, including definitions of the Jugaad management principle business model. Of the book The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. Inspiration: True Jugaad is an inspiration on how to create products using technology that meet the price-value equation. According to a Harvard Business Review article featuring expert Prahlad and Mashelkar, most innovation programs are built on the assumptions of affluence and abundance. We see the rich and the young in both the developed and the developing countries demanding environmental friendly products and services. They also believe that affordability and sustainability are crucial to driving successful business today. New technologies and radical business models are important not only to penetrate mass markets in India but in the entire world. By reconfiguring all areas of the business structure, they will pull.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. OMG, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of A Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now! The world is depending on you.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
And here is my thing. This is the pharmacist who had administered me with the vaccine, and she was very sweet. And here it is, my picture of the vaccine of the Moderna. After so much of investigation, or you can say after so much of research, I finally got my first shot of Moderna vaccine. So anybody who is interested in that and can go to that website, and I will ask my sound engineer to please put that website, and she will put that website after the break. Okay, having said that, friends, let me read a little bit about. I wanted to tell you that when I didn't get the vaccine and all, I was very depressed, and so I was reading the study Quran and interpretation of Quran, and here I got this the cave Al Kahf, and this. So I thought for my Muslim friends and all, because this is a month of Ramadan, if you can do Surah Kahf, it will help you a lot, because it helped me a lot in recuperating those symptoms which I was getting during this coronavirus thing. And having said that, friends, I will read little bit from this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. 18, the cave Al Kahf. Al Kahf is late Makkan surah, although a minority hold that the first 8 verses are Madinan. Several reports indicate that reciting the first and last 10 verses of this surah has the power to protect one from the trials of the grave or from Al Dajjal, identified with the Antichrist, or the figure whom Christ will defeat in the end times. The surah contains 3 main narratives: that of the inhabitants of the cave from which the surah takes its name, the tale of Moses and the mysterious servant, and the story of Karnain, as well as a lengthy preamble about the dangers of enjoying the good things of this world without gratitude to God while neglecting the hereafter. Between these narrative sections are woven various warnings to the disbelievers, including reminders about the coming of judgment and punishment in the hereafter. The surah closes by evoking the exhaustibility of God's word, followed by a reminder that the prophet is but a human being to whom divine revelations has been sent. Having said that, friends, now I will go on a break and will be back soon. So if you read, anybody can read it. This is a study Quran, and Sayyid Hussain Nasir, editor in chief. So, and this is the thing, and I got this with my own money, and I had honor to meet the author and get this study Quran signed by him when this was introduced. And I had couple of questions with the author, and I had asked them I had asked him that questions, but till now I haven't received the photographs they took with me from the bookstore, and that bookstore is Politics and Prose in Washington DC. Having said that, friends, I will now go on a break and will be back soon.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. Oh my God, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now. The world is depending on you.
The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, Chapter 1, 1964 to 2018, and this is the sample track, and it is read by Dr. Afshan Hashmi. In a sprawling bungalow in Potomac, Maryland, USA, lived Dr. Honey Singh, a board-certified internal medicine and family practice physician, along with his beautiful wife, Baby Singh. Baby Singh was a fashionista and was funding women's causes through her Honey Bay Foundation. She had a ladies' book club by the name of Baby's Glam and Glitzy Club, which had many glam and glitzy ladies who were professionals living in Washington, D.C. Tennessee, Potomac, Maryland, Virginia, and even Beverly Hills, California, as well as elites from all of America meeting at her place on the last Wednesday of every month discussing various aspects of charities they wanted her and Dr. Honey to fund. In this club, there was a wide spectrum of career women. There were doctors, lawyers, actresses, business owners, and models, to name a few. In these book club meetings, members would come prepared after reading a book of a famous woman author, and that author was even invited from any part of the world to give her presentation, followed by a Q&A in this prestigious and elite gathering.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
And now, friends, here, before I go, I want to drink little water because I'm feeling so this book I was talking about, like, I'll read a little bit from the relationship fix, because I know many people who are going through a lot in COVID-19. So I thought I will read little bit from this book, and I'm reading this book along this TV show and what I like radio and TV show. And it says, weekly household meetings. I recommend that all couples have a weekly 20-minute meeting to discuss household issues. Having this platform is important for couples to discuss issues and develop a workable system to manage them. The agenda for this meeting should include division of chores, activity planning, going over schedules for the week, financials, parenting issues, and any other important upcoming tasks. Couples should limit these meetings to no more than 30 minutes so they don't become arduous, dread filled meetings. Some recommendations: make a list of all household chores, go back and forth, taking turns picking who will do what for the week, go over the to do list from the previous week, discuss what worked and what didn't, talk about any major parenting issues and observations about the kids, coordinate calendars and make sure everyone has all the information for the week, discuss any major purchases, financial planning, or incoming money that is out of the ordinary. Go over any upcoming vacations, business trips, or events. Always try to start and end the meeting on a positive note. Having said that, friends, now I will go on a break and will be back soon.
Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email to info@talk4media.com. And now let's hear from some of our sponsors.
Chapter 2: How Jugaad Leads to Multi-Sector Success Stories in India, including definitions of the Jugaad Management Principle business model. Of the book The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. Inspiration: True Jugaad is an inspiration on how to create products using technology that meet the price-value equation. According to a Harvard Business Review article featuring expert Prahlad and Mashelkar, most innovation programs are built on the assumptions of affluence and abundance. We see the rich and the young in both the developed and the developing countries demanding environmental friendly products and services. business. They also believe that affordability and sustainability are crucial to driving successful business today. New technologies and radical business models are important not only to penetrate mass markets in India but in the entire world. By reconfiguring all areas of the business structure, they will pull.
A monstrous infection is spreading worldwide. OMG, is this a simple infection or a deliberate attempt to ruin the human population? Or maybe it's bioterrorism. What is this global infection and who is spreading it? Help us find out. Go to Amazon and search for The Outbreak of A Monstrous Infection. The human race needs your help to make this go viral. Go to Amazon.com and read The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection to find out what happens next. Go now! The world is depending on you.
And now, back to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show.
And now, friends, this is the book here, and you can see it is flashing that Elizabeth Miller's number in Montgomery County or in Maryland, wherever she's helping people. She arranged for my vaccine, so I want everyone to get a vaccine. If this is the system in Montgomery County, then let's try this system, everyone. Because I want to help everyone. Having said that, friends, now here it is jealousy. Jealousy is a reaction to a real or perceived threat to a valued relationship. A nationwide survey of marriage counselors found that jealousy is a problem for 1/3 of all couples who come in for marriage therapy. Sometimes jealousy is born of insecurity, broken trust in childhood, feelings of inadequacy, or poor self-esteem. Other times it is the result of a partner's poor boundaries, inability to make his partner feel loved, lies, criticism, sexualizing others, or cheating. The greatest antidotes to jealousy are making your partner feel she is the most important person in your life, having good boundaries, keeping your word, and creating connection. If jealousy problems are coming from your or your partner's history or unresolved issue, therapy is necessary. So now, friends, I will end here and see you tomorrow in my K4 HD radio show. And if you want to contact me through email, it is afshan@drafshanhashmi.com, and my website is www.afshanhashmi.com. And I am managing member of Dr. Afshan Hashmi Consulting Group LLC. So if you see any of the services which I provide on this website, then please do contact me and I'll be happy to help you. Having said that, friend, cheers and bye bye.
You have been listening to Dr. Afshan Hashmi's radio show on W4WN Radio, the Women for Women Network. Tune in live right here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Would you love exposure for your business, product, or service to over 300 million potential listeners? Send an email at info@talk4media.com. And remember, if you missed any part of this show or want to hear it again, find our featured show on iHeartRadio, where all past episodes are available on demand 24/7. See you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.